It's cold. It's 40 degrees right now, but tonight it'll be down to 27. And if it's below 28 here, I cover my Greenstalks. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that today and what I'm going to use. It's kind of a cheap hack that I got off of Amazon last year. But there's a few things we need to do right before our very first frost that I haven't done yet. I've done all the picking of peppers and tomatoes that were left and frost sensitive vegetables. But there's a couple things that I do before the first frost, or any frost, anything below, say, 28, 30, is make sure my plants are watered really well going into that night. And ideally, you want to do it at least 4 to 6 hours before you get that cold weather below freezing. So we're going to give our guys a nice drink before it gets any colder than it is right now. And we're going to cover a few things, especially small little seedlings and starts that may be more prone to damage. A lot of the cold weather things that I have growing out here, they can go down to, 20, 22 even, some items. But some things are a little more sensitive if it gets below 28, like your broccoli. But anything like kale, spinach, they're a little bit more hardy. But since I have some young plants, I am going to do a little covering tonight and the next night. Make sure everyone's watered well, and make sure there's nothing out here that I have forgotten about that needs to go in the house. And I know there's at least 2 things. There also means chilly weather. So I'm going to make a pot of chili here in just a little bit. First time of the season. Really excited about that. So these little peas, they're very small. I might just throw a little something over them. But normally I probably wouldn't worry about them too much unless it's below 25. We should be about 27 tonight and the next night. Strawberries usually do fine. I don't even worry about covering them. In fact, I had meant to plant some baby spinach in here and I cannot find any of my spinach seeds. The beets, I'm just going to let them go. Got some spinach starts here. You can see the squirrels are just non-stop digging. So probably just leave those. They should be fine. He should be fine. He's a perennial. Might actually tuck him down on the ground though, there in the back area, just for a couple days. What else? Greenstalks. So what I bought last fall for them were tree covers. So I couldn't afford to get the Greenstalk covers. That would be my preference. But it was just too expensive to cover. I think I only had 2 last year. But now I have 3. And in fact, I forgot to order a 3rd cover. I'm going to have to just kind of come up with something tonight with probably like a sheet. Lettuce might take a bit of a beating. You can see last night it got down to 37 and it's not the happiest. But I think it will not die in the next few days. I think it'll take a little damage and keep on going. My cabbages should be fine. But what we're going to do, we're just going to cover all 3 of these for the next couple nights. And then we'll go back up. This isn't it for us. I mean, it kind of is, but we will have some more warm days. You can see the holy basil took a horrible little beating last night at 37 degrees. That's expected. That's a warm weather annual that does not like the cold at all. Roses will be fine. The berry bushes, they need the cold period. So we're just going to focus on some of our more tender cold weather crops like the broccoli. Now look at this gorgeous dill. Dill is a cool weather herb. Probably what I'm going to do, because I'm going to be putting that cover on here, is I'm going to harvest the taller stalks. And that way it's not getting bent and smushed when I put that cover on. You can see I do have some tender new seedlings coming up. So covering will help them out since it is going to be a little cold. So since we've had so much rain the last couple days, I shouldn't have to do a lot of watering. Just stick my hand in here, and this might need a little watering. Pansies are pretty cold hardy, but violas are even more cold hardy, and they hardly had any available when I went to Lowe's. That is a future video that is coming. So here we go. We need to get in here and get some of these covers out and get busy. I walked over here because I just found something, and it might have got damaged last night. This is a little rose cutting or 2. that I thought was going to maybe do okay, but it does have one leaf. I think I'll put him into the garage. Yes, I'm going to take him in with my overwintered peppers. We need to take care of today. And I shouldn't have done it. I left him out here last night in 37-degree weather. It's my daughter's dragon fruit. So we're going to repot it because this pot has a crack, a horizontal crack. And I'm going to have to figure out what to do. That will be a totally different video. If I don't get to it today, what I'm going to do is just put this whole thing in the garage and then deal with it later. And I think I've decided I'm taking this gypsy pepper into my kitchen window to keep as a house plant. I don't know. I'm still debating. What do you think? Maybe. I left him out here too last night. I really shouldn't have. You can see he's kind of wilty. Maybe I just won't. Maybe I'll just take the peppers. And so the beans are done. They got really unhappy last night. And of course the basil as well. You can see it's got some black already starting. So basil's done. These cabbages I will not cover. These peas have so many leaves I'm not going to cover. Swiss chard, won't cover it. Let's see. These are all cabbage and a few cauliflower. I'm not going to worry with covering them either. This is my winter pea cover crop bed. Not going to cover it. There are snow peas as well, but I'm not going to cover. What I will do though is throw just something loose over these broccolis in this bed and this bed. Well, you can't see it. There we go. I'm curious to see how these impatiens do. Since they're right up next to the house and they have a windbreak tonight. My prediction is they will not do well. But you can see the corabels, they're evergreen here in zone 7. They will be perfectly fine and still green. Little viola, and it looks so happy in this nice cool freezing temperature, right Tonto? Tonto is also very happy. He loves the cold. Looks like I've got a few things here that I'll put in the garage until I figure out what to do with them. The buckwheat looks a little shivery this morning. It's actually afternoon. It's like, I don't know, 12 o'clock. This will probably be taken out tonight. These, I forgot to come back out last night. It was Halloween, and I meant to bring these in, and I did not. So this tomato, I had planned to bring it in and out, until it gives me at least one crop of tomatoes. I may change my mind on that because it is kind of heavy. Maybe I'll try it for a few weeks and see how it goes. But I did forget last night. It was 37. I think he's going to be fine. But definitely tonight he will have to go in the garage. Way over there by Jeffrey, I just realized I did not pick those Thai chilies last night or yesterday. I think I will go over there and see if they're still viable. If not, I have plenty, but they are good to throw in chili, and we're making chili today. The basil patch looks not bad. Not bad at all compared to the ones in the backyard. So let's go check on these chilies. We have got to get those artichokes mulched ASAP. I gotta go think of what I can do. Maybe just a big bucket of leaves. Yeah, I need to do that. Hi, Jeffrey. I came over here to get the chilies. Oh, let's see. I think they're okay. I think I'll stand here real quick and pick them. And then we'll just let that plant die. Pile for tonight or this afternoon is getting rather large, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Nasturtium will be gone within the next few days. So I need to document this when I planted this second round of seeds so that I know that was too late in the season. I'm hoping that these Supertunias, Million Bells will overwinter, come back next year. That's an experiment. And I'm going to do one quick look and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Got to getting cold again. It's collard greens. So that pepper, you'll just hopefully have to. The ones I planted will be plentiful. So let's keep moving. And these guys from last early spring, I can eat off of until then. But look at this gorgeous dahlia. Isn't that just beautiful? I love the look of the dahlia flower with the collard green leaves. I just think that is so stunning. Closer look at that winter pea bed. You can see they germinated nicely. It's going to make a great cover crop. So far, no signs of any larkspur, which is wonderful. And yeah, hopefully these guys will be okay. That back bed there, we're going to get a tarp over that, and we're going to start some winter greens probably after this cold snap, so in about 3 days. And also, now that we've had our first frost tonight, I can start planting garlic. And you know, I've got a lot of garlic to plant. It's a beautiful day, even though it's freezing. Kinda. It's 40. It's not quite freezing yet, but it's cold. And I am still wearing my flip-flops, and I've got on pepper socks. But pansies.
I love
hopefully
hoodies
they will be
flip-flops
okay.
together.
They were
That's like my go-to.
A division.
Don't like to give that up just yet, but I am wearing socks, so it's not too cold.
Save money. I just divided
Just 40
into 3.
Look at these
Hopefully,
beautiful snapdragons.
you know, they've had about 5 or 6 days there.
They'll be okay
They're
for a
good to
little
go.
bit. Here's a collard. He'll be fine.
If
He's
not,
got some
they were on
protection there.
clearance.
Usually they're fine though. Pansies do fine. I think Tonto and I might have to go warm up, or at least me. Okay, let's go find some cover. We're just going to cover loosely these 2 4x8 beds with the broccolis and the peas. There's peas on both sides of this trellis. All right, I found them. So these are the Greenstalk covers. Got 2, and then this is some packaging that I saved. I think that's what we're going to use for the 3rd Greenstalk. I'm not going to cover the Brussels. I mean, they look tiny, but they're actually pretty old plants, at least 2 months old. I don't know, I might. If I have extra, I will. Enough to get started, and I had planned to organize that container of all my junk this summer, and I never got around to it. So I think I need to run in and get some hot chocolate or hot tea and warm up. I mean, it says it's 40 out here, but I think the real feels probably like 37, 38 maybe. It feels really cold, super duper windy, and I need a break. And I'm going to start the chili, and we're going to come back, cover the Greenstalks and a few select plants, and then hopefully be done for tonight.
So when I'm making chili, I just kind of use what I have and go from there. But tonight, what I'm going to do,
Since I have several hours before we need to eat, I'm going to pour this entire bag.
I'm going to use the mild beans, but I'm also going to do this. I'm going to put
it wasn't
in
really
3
a lot
of
to
those
do
chilies we
anything
just
with as
picked,
far as canning.
cut them in half,
But
and
this will
then
be
throw that
perfect if they
into
cook
my
down,
chili
and I'll
blend
smush them up
and let
into
it
the
cook,
chili.
and hopefully give
Nobody
me that
will know
nice
the difference.
heat I need
And
without having to
it'll
use
be
a lot of
just
hot
enough
beans
to give me
today.
that tomato sauce or that tomato paste that I might normally put into this chili. So I'm really excited to see how this works out. I've never done this before. All right, guys, I'm going to get this going. I've got some more beans to add, quite a bit more beans. All right, I'll keep an eye on this, but these tomatoes will need to cook down for an hour or 2 and get soft and squishy. And then I'll check the seasoning level. I'm not sure how many of those Thai chilies would have been a good idea. I just went with 3. Hopefully it's not too hot. If I need to add more heat later, I can do that. So, all right, so now we can turn this down, put on the lid, and go outside.
It's rare, I think, for them to reseed, self-seed. And then the toothache plant,
and some of our Halloween decor
also was a
for some
volunteer.
broccoli
So
protection
they will probably
tonight,
be gone tomorrow.
and some baby seedlings in there too. Okay, those two are tucked away. Pineapple sage on the right, the fig tree on the left. If that fig was in the ground, I would not have to worry with it so much, but because it's in a container, I do have to protect it.